There's a case file in my cabinet with no title. No victim name, no suspect, no closing statement. Just a date stamped on the front in faded ink. April 14th, 2011. I know I worked it. I know it mattered. I know someone didn't go home that night. I just can't remember who. I found the file by accident. I was clearing out my office after my lieutenant retired 30 years on the force, reduced to a cardboard box of plaques and an empty desk that still smelled like coffee and cigarettes. When I pulled open the bottom drawer of the filing cabinet behind his desk, it jammed. That's when I saw it. A thin folder wedged behind the rail. No barcode, no case number, no digital tracking label. That alone made no sense. Every case we touch gets logged. If it exists physically, it exists everywhere else too. But this one didn't. I opened the file and immediately felt that familiar, sickening sensation, the one you get when you realize you've forgotten something important and you don't know when or why. The first page was a witness statement, or at least, it should have been. It began mid-sentence. I heard the door open, and then there was a kind of pressure like, and then nothing. No continuation, no signature, no date. Just a sentence that ended as if whoever wrote it had simply stopped being able to continue. The next page was a crime scene photograph. A small living room. Couch overturned. A lamp shattered near the wall. Dark stains soaked into the carpet. Blood, but no body, no outline. No blurred form. Nothing to anchor the violence to a person. I stared at the photo longer than I should have, and that's when it hit me. I could describe everything in that room with absolute clarity. Everything except what the blood belonged to. I turned the page. Interview transcript. Interview room B timestamped 2:17 a.m. My name was printed at the top. I don't remember conducting that interview. Can you tell me what you saw? I'd asked. The witness responded, I can tell you what I didn't see. That line stopped me cold. The transcript went on for pages. The witness described sounds, footsteps, breathing, the feeling of someone standing too close. They described fear, panic, confusion, but never a person, never a face, never a weapon. Every time the questioning narrowed in, the answers slipped away. It wasn't invisible, the witness said at one point. It was worse than that. Worse how? I asked, because invisibility still leaves a shape. The interview ended abruptly. No conclusion. No release form. Just a handwritten note at the bottom of the last page. My handwriting. Witness no longer able to articulate subject. That should have scared me. But what scared me more was how natural it felt, as if I'd written it without thinking, like muscle memory taking over. I tried to pull the case digitally. Nothing came up. No matching address. No matching date. No missing persons report. No unresolved homicide. I ran my own badge number for April 2011. According to the system, I was on medical leave. That was impossible. I remember that spring. I remember being tired. I remember a case that followed me home. I just couldn't remember this one. And yet the file was sitting right there in my hands. At the back of the folder was a loose sheet of paper, unlogged, undated. 6 words written in block letters. Do not try to remember, IT. I stared at that note for a long time, because it didn't feel like a reminder. It felt like a warning. That night, I did something I probably shouldn't have. I went home and pulled out my old notebooks, the ones I kept personal notes in, things that never made it into official reports. I flipped through years of cases, and I found them. 3 more, different years, different neighborhoods, different victims, all unresolved, all missing something essential. In every notebook, there was a blank space where a name should have been. Not crossed out, not redacted, just absent. That's when I realized something. This wasn't a cold case. It wasn't unsolved because we lacked evidence. It wasn't mishandled. It wasn't ignored. It was unfinished. Not because we failed to solve it, but because something made sure we never could. Whatever happened on April 14th, 2011 didn't just hurt someone. It erased itself. And the more I tried to understand it, the more certain I became of one thing. This wasn't the first time, and it wouldn't be the last. Because cases like this don't disappear on their own. Something helps them vanish. And once you notice the silence, it starts noticing you back. In episode 2, I find the victim, or at least proof that they once existed. Watch out for episode 2.